Hello, YouTube. What's up? Ben Warning here from the Lords of Limited podcast, and you are watching a Lords of Limited showdown video. Draft Battle, actually, I believe we've rebanded these. My name's Ben, as I said, Mr. Metronome here. We're passing to Ethan, Lord Tupperware. So if you've not watched one of these before, we've got one unfortunate soul in between us. What we do is you'll see my draft video, and then you'll see Ethan's draft video, and then at the end of both of those drafts, you'll watch us direct challenge each other and jam the decks against each other. Our rare here, unfortunately, is unplayable, so we're not going to spend too much time on that. Eliminate the Impossible, no good. Soul Innervation, quite good. I'm going to tentatively reserve that. It's 4 mana -4/-4. Do we have any good commons? Fairy Snoop, also. That's close between Fairy Snoop and Soul Innervation. I think those are the only two reasonable first picks. I'm going to actually take Fairy Snoop. I've played black a couple drafts already. This is my third draft, and I would prefer to do something other than black if I can. And the Fairy Snoop's just a little more flexible. Outrageous Robbery. This is the bad Villainous Wealth, right? Yeah, this is not great either. Very mana intensive. But a good finisher in a control deck if you get too stable, I suppose. We're going to take Perimeter Enforcer here almost certainly. This card seems incredible. 1 and a white for a 1/1 flying lifelink. Whenever another detective ETBs and whenever one's turned face up, gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Card's very strong. Detectives seems to be one of the best archetypes early, as we pegged in the podcast. Other good cards here. Convenient Target and Galvanize. That's about it. Really happy with the Perimeter Enforcer. And we'll see where we go from here. Hopefully we can play blue-white detectives, and if not, we'll figure it out and react accordingly. Okay. This card is real good, right? Should probably not still be here. I mean, it's kind of build-around-esque, but also just like a card early and then incredible late game. I liked Call Surprise Witness as well, so if you didn't have enough time to read that, 1 in a red, 2/1 Prowess Haste, and then when you flip it up, you'd pitch your hand, draw 3 cards. This has been good. I like Runebrand Juggler. I don't like that it doesn't go with our Perimeter Enforcer, potentially. This pack's much better than our other packs. Gadget Technician, also good. I'm going to take the Codebreaker here, though. I don't want to get married to any of these cards yet. I think we just take the best card in the pack, which is Codebreaker. I think Technician and Juggler close behind. Okay. So now we take Lightning Helix, I think. I mean, Shock's really good too, but Lightning Helix is pretty gross. The deal 3, gain 3. The one upside of Shock is we could still be blue-red, I suppose, and abandon Perimeter Enforcer. Shock is really good. We're passing 2 good red cards here, kind of sending some bad signals. This rare is unplayable. Killer Among Us, not great. So basically we're deciding between Shock and Lightning Helix here. Shock, less power, more flexibility. How much do I care about that? I guess I care about that a fair amount at this point in the draft. We're only at pick 4 here. I don't know if that's right or crazy. Feel okay about it here. So what are we doing? Well, we could take a Curious Cadaver. I mean, there's some black here, like Murder, Fester Leech, Slimy Dual Leech. Like, this is pretty signal-y. Commons-wise, there's not a ton to tell. I have no idea what I should pick here. I guess I'm going to take Murder and be unhappy about it, I think. No, don't love any of that. That was a rough pack. All right, Fairy Snoop here. I like that quite a bit. Don't mind Hotshot Investigators, but feeling good about passing the Lightning Helix. That was a hard pick, and I think made the disciplined call there. Because it's easy to just think Perimeter Enforcer's great. I want to jam red-white. Sure, lock me in. But there's enough good stuff going on in this format that I think the drafts do reward you for staying open, staying a little flexible. Yeah, Fairy Snoop far and away the best card here. Investigators, there's some white. Whatever. We're definitely taking Fairy Snoop. Card has been quite impressive, and I will take another Snoop. There it is. I mean, this makes me a little sad that we didn't take Helix. I think Case of the Gateway Express is incredible. Unfortunately, we're pretty far away from it. I guess we could take it and play blue-white. I just think this is looking so good here as a start to a controlling deck. I guess the Codebreaker's a little less good there. Yeah, I'm just going to take another Snoop, though, while we're trying to figure out what we are. And Fairy Snoop is not the best, unfortunately, in Detectives, because Detectives, I think, at its core, wants to be a tempo deck. We're going to happily take Escape Tunnel here. This is quite late for this card. Huge gift here, I think. Because we could also just be Grixis Control, which would be a fine place to end up. So yeah, free Escape Tunnel, sign me up. Bubble Smuggler, I suppose. I really don't like this card, but I will play it, I think. How much do I not like this card? I guess I'll play it. The Mask Maker is also not looking crazy here, but that's kind of cool. Do we want Essence of Antiquity? Creatures you control gain hexproof, untap them. I think I'd rather just have a Cerebral Confiscation for the board. Thinking Cap and call a Surprise Witness Wield? Wow. I think I mispicked that last pack. I think I should have taken the red uncommon. I like Surprise Witness, Person of Interest too. Huh. So it seems like the Lightning Helix pick could have worked out also. Certainly we could have hung on to red-white from that point. But I like Triple Snoop. There it is. Is this time? Are we building the Fairy Snoop Pride of Hull Clade deck? This is 10 and a green for a 2/15. Costs X less to cast, where X is the total toughness of creatures I control, and you can pay 2 blue. Till end of turn, target creature gets +1/+0 and gains whenever this deals combat damage to player, draw cards equal to its toughness, and can attack as though it didn't have Defender. It's also Surveillance Monitor, Thundering Falls, Galvanize, Makeshift Binding. Are we going off the deep end? I don't really care about anything in that pack, so I'm going to take it and see where the draft goes. This pack is really bad. So we could take Sanguine Savior. I don't love this. What are we doing here? I mean, we're probably splashing this if we do anything with it, because it is nice in a blue deck with the fairies. Like, and we already have the Escape Tunnel. This is good, but not for us. Well, we could be white-black with the Fairy Snoops, actually. Okay. And then maybe we wheel the Vamp. How many Fairy Snoops is too many Fairy Snoops? That's the question. And then there's an Axebane Ferox here. That's a good one. 2 GG for a 4/4 Death Touch Haste Ward. Collect Evidence 4. Living Conundrum. I've already gotten this out of my system. It does go well in the Butts deck, though, with the Pride of Hull Clade. Unfortunately, this doesn't make them deal damage equal to their toughness. High Alert, is that what it's called? The build-around that lets you... There is a build-around on the list or some sort of cards, like the alternate cards that are included in the packs that you can get. I'm going to take this and see where we go from here. I mean, that card's nuts, and we have plenty of Fairy Snoops. Blood Spatter Analysis. Black-red, ETB deals 3 damage to target creature and opponent controls. When one or more creatures die, mill a card and put a Bloodstain counter on this, then sack it if it has 5 or more. When you do, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. So essentially a deal 3 with upside in the late game. Scene of the Crime. Case of the Trampled Garden. We do need some more fixing, potentially. I'm going to take this case. It's fine. I think it's better than Scene of the Crime, especially if we appear to potentially be moving into green. Galvanize and Anzrag's Rampage. Destroy all artifacts you don't control. That's unplayable. Case of the Burning Mass, good, but we're like farthest away from red, I think. I actually don't hate a Panther here. We probably are just supposed to take Galvanize, though. Like, where are we hoping to end up from here? I don't know. We'll see. We could, I guess, be black, red, splash green, and ignore the Axebane Ferox. That's also an option. I do think you want removal in this format. That's something I feel pretty strongly about. Like, having good interaction is important. Guess we could take an Eavesdropper. We could also take a Bubble Smuggler. We've already got one of those. We're hoping to not play, though. Do we care about Forensic Researcher? Not really. Is it Gravestone Strider time? I hope not. Whoa. Okay. I'll take an Aurelia and figure out how to put it in my deck. All right, so we just need fixing. Did I not take that stupid 6/5 Panther? Dang it. Okay. So fixing from here on out. We have plenty of power. Deck is a mess, but I don't think it's actually as messy as it looks. If you're watching Ethan's draft after this, he very meticulously moves cards to the sideboard and always has the cards he's planning to play over here. My process is a little more flow-based. I'm actually going to take a Macabre Reconstruction here. We have a lot of good creatures to rebuy. And we could be... Ooh, all right, they went this way. I think that is by far the highest upside card for us here. Vengeful Tracker, potentially a good sideboard card, but we're not that aggro. Sanguine Savior did wheel. Huh. Okay, we are going to have to kind of try to figure things out here. Let's take the Sanguine Savior. Another Fairy Snoop wheeled. Okay. I don't think red is a base color for us. That means we're like double splashing Aurelia. All right. Blood Spatter Analysis, I like that that's coming back. I think it is likely that we are playing black and red in some capacity. Yeah, almost certainly playing black because these Fairy Snoops we have no other blue cards for. Okay, getting some free gems for later in the format. You love to see it. Officious Interrogation. Blue-white, instant, choose any number of target players, investigate X times, where X is the total number of creatures those players control. Not great. Lazav is very good on curve, but blue, so I think we're cutting that out. Soul Search, not what we want. This is great. 6 mana, 5/5 Cascade. Really want that. Cease, Desist, no thank you. This pack's pretty terrible other than Shock. I think we just want an Enlisted Worm. Seems strong. And then we just really need to pick up some fixing here. All right, so this pack has another Fairy Snoop. Maybe I'm too high on that card, or maybe our pod is too low. Who knows? These are best of one queues early on in the format. I think we're just taking a Shadowy Backstreet here quite happily. Very likely that we want to make use of this. We also could be black, red, splash, white, I suppose. That's interesting. Yeah, could be black, red, splash, white. I like Shadowy Backstreet. Okay. Another unplayable rare, but there's a deadly complication here. This card's good. 1 black, red sorcery, blow up a creature, put a +1/+1 counter on target suspected creature you control. You may have it become no longer suspected. And then a bunch of nothing. Would love some more fixing. Would love some more fixing. But yeah, I don't think there's anything else we particularly care about in this pack, so let's get that in here. Oh, baby, that's a Kaya. Okay, now I think we're pretty in on the red, black, splash, white life. I mean, Assassin's Trophy's nice, but this is a Planeswalker. Is our curve reasonable at all? Not really. And then we just don't mess with this green? Ugh, that's so hard to do, though. This has been the greediest draft of all time. We're gonna take this Kaya, and we'll continue to figure things out, like a kid in a candy shop. Hedge Maze, not great for us, but this whole pack is not great for us. Maybe we just take this Automaton as a 2-drop that we can cast. I don't think we can splash Course to Kill. And I don't think we really make use of Hedge Maze very well. So yeah, I'm going to take this Automaton. Ooh, a Lightning Helix? Let's go. Lightning Helix is a great pickup, because we're probably going to be behind, and that will help us catch back up on life, etc. Okay, I like it. Can we get any fixing? Any late fixing? Treacherous Greed. As initial cost, sack a creature that dealt damage, draw 3 cards, each opponent loses 3 life, you gain 3 life. Interesting. That plays pretty well with the Fairy Snoops. I'm kind of into it. Now we've got a lot of 1-for-1 removal, although we've got a bunch of card advantage too. Maybe that was bad. I do like Demand Answers. Cryptics. I put this card in a deck earlier today because I needed to collect evidence, and it was really bad. Worse than you would have imagined. All right, we will demand some answers. And now, I make your move for the board? Yeah. Or do we want a person of interest? Oh, we probably need to try to make playables if we're not playing green. I like a person of interest here. Another Snoop. There it is. I do love Out Cold. I have not been able to put this card in a deck yet, but I do like it in theory. All right, here's a Snoop. And I guess a Tracker? Maybe a Basilica Stalker? I don't like that Tracker much at all. Meddling Use, I think, over Fairy Snoop number 6. Okay. Let's see if we have a playable deck at the end of all this. We do have a lot of good cards, that is for sure. A lot of good cards. Not a lot of good fixing, though, unfortunately. But if we're drawing enough cards with Fairy Snoops, that's like fixing, right? All right, so 100% in on black, I think? Or are we just not playing these Fairy Snoops? We have to play red to not die. So let's start there. Demand Answers will let us filter unplayable cards from our hand. Yeah, I think. So what are our good green cards? This is, I guess, this is terrible without being blue for Fairy Snoop. And so then really the only good green we have is Axebane Ferox. That's not true. Enlisted Worm is pretty good too, but as far as casting things, I think we just play bad mana Mardu. So if that's the plan, we go in. Blood Spatter Analysis, Deadly Complication, in. Probably play this as a castable card. What's our creature count here? 12. We probably want Meddling Use, but maybe not. What's our detective count at 5? The 5 Fairy Snoops. So Perimeter Enforcer is not great here. And so we are, I think, red-black, splashing white for Kaya, Wisp Drinker, Aurelia, Lightning Helix. And I say splashing. I mean, we are essentially 3 colors here, let's be honest. Murder gets in. I don't think we want Treacherous Greed. We don't mess with any of that green. This is potentially playable. I think we do want... Let's see, what are we rebuying with Macabre Reconstructing? Aurelia. Value in the Fairy Snoops. Wisp Drinker. I mean, I think we're playing that. And I guess we could... Honestly, this deck is super mana hungry. I could see playing 19 lands not being crazy. Because the Snoops are so hungry for mana. And we're going to have so much card advantage. What else would we want here? This is 12 creatures. The Codebreaker is not as its best here because we're very rarely going to run out of gas. Could play a Meddling Youths. It's a really good card. Could do this in 18 lands. I just feel like if we get stuck on lands and it's best of 3, we're going to be really unhappy. What does this do? All right, let's figure out what our cards do. 2 white black for a 3 loyalty planeswalker. Whenever one or more creatures you control and or creature cards in your graveyard to put into exile, choose a creature card from among them until end of turn. Target creature you control becomes a copy of it, except it has flying. Okay. Surveil 2 exile card. Spirit tokens. Exile target creature you control for each other player. Exile up to 1 target creature. Okay. We don't really, unfortunately, have fodder lying around for that. How good is Call a Surprise Witness? It's actually very good with this, but that's only when it's turned face up, not when it enters the battlefield. Is this ETB? No, turned face up also. So Call a Surprise Witness is not great here. I don't think we want to mess with the mana anymore for Enlisted Worm. I don't really care about any of these other cards. So the question is, do we want to cut something to run 19 land? I don't think we need to with Demand Answers. So let's get Escape Tunnel in. Let's get Shadowy Backstreet in. I do. Yeah, no, that's no good. All right, let's suggest we don't need any islands. We do need lots of black. 7, 8. Where does that put us? 8, 9, 10 black. 5, 6 red. And we never need double red. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white. And we never need double white. I think I like that. Okay, so let's take a snip of this. And then I think we're also going to put a bunch of forests in our sideboard because we might want to side into green, like depending on what Ethan's doing. So let's pop that open and get a bunch of forests in here. Can I just up the count? Is that possible? No. All right, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Guess I'll put an island in there. Can't imagine wanting blue. And maybe we need to change the mana base based on sideboards. So let's get some more mountains in. Doubt we would ever need more swamps. And some plains. Okay, beautiful. Done. And we'll catch you on a direct challenge for Ethan.
What's up, folks? Welcome to my portion of the draft. Let's just get right into it. We got new cards. We got tons of cards to read. This is Ethan, by the way, aka Lord Tupperware. We're going to take 10th District Hero almost certainly. This is one of those like level up cards. So it's a 2 mana 2/3, and then collect evidence 2, it becomes a 4/4, and then collect evidence 4, it becomes a 5/5 and gains other creatures you control of indestructible. This card's really good. Connecting the Dots, I think, is also really good. 1 and a red. Whenever a creature you control attacks, exile the top card of your library face down. So it's basically like Bowmat Courier, and then you discard your hand, sacrifice Dots, and then put all these cards exiled with it into your hand. Interested in trying Case File Auditor. I think Case of the Gateway Express is pretty awesome in a white aggro deck. Fairy Snoop, probably the best of the commons. I'm also interested in Clandestine Meddler in a like suspect aggro deck, like black-red maybe, but just going to take 10th District Hero. Follow it up with a Lightning Helix? Question mark? I mean, Hide in Plain Sight is interesting. Look at the top 5 cards of your library, cloak 2 of them, put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Sort of like Collected Company. Of the commons, I don't care about any of them really. like Escape Tunnel, but I'm not taking Escape Tunnel over Lightning Helix. I think we just take Helix. Helix is great. Efficient removal is great. I think Hide in Plain Sight is very good. I don't know how good white-green is, and I'd really like to play Hero if possible, so I think that's what I'm going to land on. Yo, what does this do? I don't know, like half the rares. 7 mana, 4/4, Menace, Ward, 2 Haste. When it attacks, sack any number of other creatures. Then exile the top X cards of your library X's. Their total power, you may cast a number of instant. Oh, no, that's not very good for limited. Double Mask Maker. Can we do it? I think we just take Soul Innervation, but like, again, it kind of just doesn't go with these first couple picks, but I think it's the most powerful. Now, we could Mask Maker, Wheel Mask Maker, but I just ate it. Yeah, with a Mask Maker. It wasn't really even a Mask Maker deck, though. But I feel like I'd want to be red-green for the Mask Maker wheel. I'm going to take Soul Innervation. Creature cards leave your graveyard. Gosh, we really would just be getting rid of those. Menace, Ward 2, Haste. Yeah, we'll just take the removal spell, but I'm not loving it. Ooh, I am loving Snarling Gorehound, though. I'll just take Galvanize. But I do want to try, like, man, I don't know why these, like, derpy 1-drops look so appealing to me. But that is these are cards I'm interested in trying. We're going to take Galvanize. I'd be a lot happier if this were Shock, honestly. I'm not crazy about Gearbane, Orangutan. Man, can we just take... Actually, what if we just move away from red-white and just take the Gorehound? We're going to go, like, black-green or black-blue and just go collect evidence. Nonsense. I'm pretty down on Galvanize, and that's probably crazy. It's day 1, and I just want to, like, get reps, and I'm pretty into Gorehound. Also, there's a world where Gorehound and, like, we go black-white with the Gorehound. All right, well, here I have an interesting spot. There's a Runebrand Juggler. There's also an Elegant Parlor for some mana fixing and Extract a Confession. I guess also Thinking Cap because that's a detective or becomes a detective. Kind of just want to take Juggler, like Signpost pick 5. I know we just passed a Galvanize, but might wheel that 3 mana 3/2 from our first pack. Probably not. Wheels have been pretty impacted, I'd say. I'm going to take the Juggler. We'll see what's up. And we get another Gorehound. Okay. Do I think this is right over Person of Interest? I'm not sure, but what I have found with the Gorehound life and with these red-black aggro decks, or found in some testing and also just in my theory crafting, what I found in my Mind Palace is like, this does just like, it keeps the gas flowing, and Menace plus your other suspected creatures having Menace, it really puts a pinch on your opponent's attackers. Now, very possible I'm just supposed to take Person of Interest here, but I want to try out the Gorehound so badly that I'm going to take that here. Yo, and we get a Fester Leech too? Also a Slimy Dual Leech. Target you control power 2 or less gets +1/+0 and gains Death Touch. Man, I would play that. I know what I said in the episode. Terrible card or whatever, but I'm into it. But I'm not going to pass up on another 1-drop here. Yeah, I mean, we still could be black-white. It's an important distinction. I'm going to take the Leech. The 1-drop Leech, that is. And we've got Toxin Analysis, which is, like, again, giving your little Menace creatures, I mean, ideally they have 2 power, but giving your Menace creatures Death Touch and Lifelink is also nice. Auspicious Arrival, fine, but we'll take the Toxin Analysis. I'm also interested in figuring out how good this card is, how many you want, where you want them, etc. That's more what I'm interested in right now, of, like, getting in the lab. Wow, Case of the Gateway Express? Yeah. So we're just going black-white aggro, probably. Maybe splashing Helix, probably not Juggler. But Case is great with all of our cheap stuff. Nothing here. Like I said, the wheel just isn't a thing. If we ended up black-red, I guess Chases On is good. First Strike and +3/+0 and then Investigate, but I don't think we're playing any of those. We got a Mask Maker. I don't think that's it, though. I think we just take Night Watch. it's a buddy. I mean, someone took one of the mask makers. On the job. Yeah, actually +2/+1 to the team of menace creatures is nice. All right, yeah, take on the job. So is that our first 2 picks going bye-bye? No. It's a different mixture. Oh dear. Well, I hope Ben is not playing green. / if he is, I hope the person between us is playing green. I think I'm just going to take Long Goodbye over Soul Innervation number 2. Vengeful Tracker is interesting. Due Diligence is also interesting. This should wheel, but this is exactly the kind of thing I was talking about on the podcast this week, was like, okay, you go like Gorehound on 1, Gorehound on 2, Due Diligence on 3. It's something for sure, but I'm not going to take it over a premium cheap removal spell like Long Goodbye. And, Wisp Drinker Vampire, let's go. Signpost, 4 mana, 2/4 flyer. Whenever another creature with power 2 or less enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent loses a life, you gain a life, and then you can mass, that's not pump, but mass effect your creature's lifelink and death touch until end of turn if they're power 2 or less. This card's great. Very possible to wheel a Gorehound, right? Like someone's going to take murder. Blood Spatter Analysis is also good. Black-red, deal 3 to a creature an opponent controls, and then whenever one or more creatures die, you mill a card, put a Bloodstain counter on Blood Spatter Analysis, then sack it if it has 5 or more, and you get a creature back. But our creatures are all likely to be pretty trashy. And I think Wisp Drinker Vampire plus the fact that we have 10th District Hero is all going to add up to me wanting to... and we got the case. I forgot about the case. Case is great too. Yeah. All right, taking Inside Source. That's an awesome pickup for us. This is the 3 mana 1/1, brings along a 2/2 and can pump other detectives, which we don't really have. I guess we have the hero. Nightwatch makes a detective. That's about it. But double triggers for Wisp Drinker Vampire, double triggers for all of our stuff. We're really just like leaning into the black-white 2 power or less archetype and another Inside Source. Let's go. Fairy Snoop's nice. And I'd play one. I'd play, multiples in a deck like this, but definitely not over Inside Source. What is this? 2 and a green, create a 0/1 green plant creature token, then draw cards equal to the number of differently named creature tokens you control. That can't be good, right? Oh, and Spell Snare is in the... must be the list, which I've not really familiarized myself with. This deck is great. It remains to be seen Fester Leech versus Dual Leech, though I guess with how many 4s we have, I'm much preferring the Fester Leech. Are you kidding me? Neighborhood Guardian, let's go. I mean, Aurelia is excellent too, right? 5 mana 4/4 Flying Vigilance Haste. Only problem is I just can't drop all the black, and I don't want to splash in this deck. Like, I don't want to have to worry about picking up fixing. I would probably spec on it otherwise over like On the Job, number 2, Basilica Stalkers, filler. Neighborhood Guardian's nuts. Yeah, Neighborhood Guardian is nuts. Let's go. For this being a pack full of black cards, it's really not full of good black cards. I think I'm in for Lead Pipe with double Gorehound. I don't think I want Repeat Offender. Could see Macabre Reconstruction, but I'm curious about Lead Pipe in a spot like this. 2 to equip, +2/+0. Whenever a crypt creature dies, each opponent loses a life. I think I want to try that out. Wow, we got a Fester Leech, number 2. Forgot about, we're going to wheel some Due Diligences. That'll be nice. Now, we have this Soul Innervation. Whenever one or more creature cards leave your graveyard. Oh, I guess that's a reason to have the 1 and a black get some stuff back card, but otherwise we're really not like, we've got these 2 Collect Evidence enablers now with the 2 Fester Leeches, but what are we doing with it? Well, we have Extract to Confession. I don't think I can take that over Sanguine Savior. My interaction currently is Case, Long Goodbye, and Soul Innervation if I want it. But I just don't think I don't know. Extract Confession really does put a pinch on them. I'm going to do it because of Soul Innervation. Nice, we got Due Diligence on the wheel. I like that 2/1 flyer, but like, I'm not that worried about it. We're probably not going to play Toxin Analysis. We might not play On the Job. I am interested in trying out Due Diligence, probably. Maybe kind of sort of probably. Hazda Vigilante, I think, is great. This card's just large and in charge. Interesting that the Blood Spatter Analysis wheeled. Here's a Repeat Offender. I don't think I want that. I still think Extracted Confession is just good for us, like with our little menace buddies. Just being able to double spell, put a pinch on their blockers as we're going wide. It all seems pretty good. And I do want to try out the Due Diligence. I know I've said that like 16 times. 17 cards, huh? Maybe we don't try out Lead Pipe. Case. Extract, Long Goodbye, Soul Innervation. So probably pretty good in the interaction department. Just want more ones. Oh, excuse me? What the heck? Okay, so Rakdos, sadly, even though this card is nuts, 6 mana, 6/6. Target opponent may sacrifice 2 non-land, non-token permanents. If they don't, you draw 2 cards. Can I drop all this white? No. No, I can't. That's sad. Wow. Another Fester Leech. Another Inside Source. Market Watch Phantom. That's actually probably what I'm going to take. And then Treacherous Greed is 1 white/black for an instant. As an additional cost to cast the spell, sack a creature that dealt damage this turn, draw 3 cards. Each one loses 3 life, you gain 3 life. 1, I think that wheels probably. And 2, I don't think it's what this deck wants. But maybe the like Hammer of Deal 3 is good. Speaking of cards that are good. Well, first of all, Zoni Center of the Web is absolutely nuts. 4 black green, 5/4 menace. When ETBs or attacks, you can collect evidence 4. If you do, you make 2 2/1 black and green spider creature tokens with menace and reach. And then you sack 4 tokens, surveil 2, and draw 2 cards. You gain 2 life. But we're just going to take Perimeter Enforcer, 2 mana, 1/1 flying lifelink. It's got some detective synergies, which we're pretty far from. We have 1 detective plus 1 thing that turns into a detective, whatever. But I still think it's just a 2 mana 1/1 flying lifelink with a few of our ways to suit up some buddies is good. Another swing and a miss of a pack. Might just take Soul Search for the board against Ben, right? We are drafting in best of 1 queues, but it's a best of 3 match. And if he happens to have some, there's a lot of bangers in the set. And if he happens to have one of them, it'd be nice to nab it out of his hand. I don't particularly care about Essence of Antiquity. Make your move. Cease desist. Yeah. Just take Soul Search for the board. Oh, I have to do it. We're black-white aggro. If I can beat Ben piloting Night Drinker Moroi, it'll feel great. And then he'll shock it, and that'll feel bad. But yeah, we're definitely going to take it here. Let's go. Wrench? No. +1/+1 and Vigilance and tap. No, we don't want that. I'll take another Night Watch. That seems fine. Oh, I forgot this dies into a detective too. That's nice for the... Well, I guess that doesn't really matter for Perimeter Enforcer if I'm thinking about it. But yeah, just take another Night Watch. Ooh, the Karlov Watchdog. Wow, it's so interesting. Like, we're seeing like, here's a red-white card, and then we see some red-black cards. I'm actually kind of in for the Watchdog. Nice to go wide like that over Fairy Snoop. Yeah. So like that goes there. Yeah, I think I'm in for all this. 16 creatures. We're going to wheel some... Whoa. Well, I guess Ben's not blue-black. What the heck? On the job, no. I'm probably never siding in Agency Corner, but it's possible. And then... Ooh, another Watchdog. Well, it's a shame we didn't see any more Gorehounds. So we're about to wheel a Fester Leech, right? And there was another Inside Source that I kind of wanted to get my hand on. Oh, we didn't wheel a Fester Leech. Wow. Polygraph Orb is terrible. It's the 5 mana. Look at the top 4, 2 in your hand, 2 in the bin, and then it's a Punisher effect on collect evidence, and you pay mana for it. But yeah, we're just getting nothing here on the wheel. Snuffler with a lead pipe? No. Okay. Just gonna make your move for the board is good. Artifact, enchantment, or creature power 4 or greater. Anything small, like creature wise? I mean, this is 23, so we're probably fine. Kind of petered out there at the end. Mostly interested to try out like Due Diligence and Lead Pipe to see, but Double Watchdog might be a bit much. What would we play instead? So like your 2 drops, or 3 drops rather. Like we could just play Griffnaw Tracker. Nah. Yeah, let me craft some more make your moves. Now we'll try this. 9-8. Man, do we want to be 9-9 and go 18? I did say I just don't have clues is the thing, but I do pump here, double pump here, disguise. Yeah. Doesn't seem crazy to me to go, like, what if we cut Due Diligence and play 18, or yeah, play 18 and then can like go down if we're on the draw. All right, I'm going to try that out. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. That's something that wants us to get to mana too. All right, folks, there's a deck, and we'll see you for the match against Ben. Yeah. Well, I've won the die roll. So it's a skill game. I'll play first.
That's unfortunate for my deck.
Oh, aggression. Or wait, does that mean you're aggressive or not aggressive?
No comment.
We will keep.
No comment. I will also keep.
All right.
We didn't come here to mulligan hands.
No, certainly not.
I hope you saw no good cards, because my strategy was to take all of the good cards, regardless of color.
I gotta say, there was an Izoni opened between us.
Ooh, so you have said Izoni?
No, I do not.
How do you know it was opened between us?
Because it was passed to me.
Oh, it was passed you and you didn't take it?
In pack 3, yeah.
Did you see how ridiculous it was for me earlier today?
Yeah, no, I've played with it today too. It's great.
What a card.
But, you know.
All right.
Don't mistakenly crack that for unblockable, Ben.
I was a little nervous when 2 things popped up. I'm not gonna lie.
Don't you do it.
We get a plains.
Okay.
We get a mountain. And I think we just bzzed this now.
Oh no, and life gain.
Yeah.
Just bzzed it now. All right. Disguise.
Disguise. Mysterious.
I'm in a disguise.
All right, I will play this face down.
That's so weird, because I was told
that
everyone
disguise was going to be bad.
No, I was just told that everyone always has shock.
Oh God! I can't believe for the card. I refuse. Okay, wait, hang on.
Ooh. I don't care what happens. That was good enough. That's all I need. That's all I need.
The hashtag contest. You were waiting. Oh, man. Okay. I need to read one of my cards very carefully here. Okay. Stop. You're so insufferable. Okay.
I know.
Now I have kind of a question. I don't know whether to play it safe or not. Huh. I should play it safe, right? Yeah, okay. So let's go like this.
What does this do?
Target creature I control, target creature you control. We exile. I'm 2 for 1-ing myself, essentially.
Well,
I have a planeswalker left over.
Do I need to read what this does?
It does a lot of different things, probably.
One or more creatures you control. Surveil 2, then exile a card from a graveyard. Create a 1/1 on plus. That's very good.
Yeah, it's quite strong.
I'm just going to lose to that.
Quite strong. Oh, I don't know. It's a pretty good board over there. All right. Yeah, Surveil 2. Whenever one or more creatures you control and or creature cards in your graveyard are put into exile. How many times are they going to listen to us mumble read this on the video?
Look, they're mumble reading it too.
You may choose a creature card from among them. Target token. Okay, that's irrelevant. So, I think we are going plus. And boop. And check.
Okay, well, I don't feel so good about my... Oh, no, that doesn't do it. Yeah.
I really hope I beat this Night Drinker more.
I mean, I gotta say, I don't know if it counts when you go Mythic Planeswalker
Mythic
into Aurelia.
Into rare.
Like, not sure how much it counts, but, you know.
Equipping there, eh?
What should I be doing?
I don't know. I'm just thinking. So, if I trade, you get a detective. I get another spirit. I'm going to be stuck trying to protect this Kaya. Do I care? I think Kaya has done enough. You're out of cards. I think we just let Kaya die and kill you with Aurelia.
I'm in a terrible spot here.
Ooh, baby. Boop. Boop.
Well, at least you're not face down, face upping, I guess.
Boop.
Yep. Watch the clicks, Ben.
Watch the clicks. I know. Ooh,
watch the clicks.
Too many clicks. The comments are going to be so angry now. Why are you poking the comment section?
Double the clicks, double the fun, okay?
YouTube.
We're both on the line here.
Can you hear the clicks?
Yeah. Can I hear them? Yes.
Oh, dear. That means my clicks are loud. Okay. 17. I think your go.
You think my go.
I do.
All right.
No blocks.
No blocks. What is this?
Wisp Drinker Vampire. Okay.
It was Wisp Drinker Vampire on my side of the battlefield with the lead pipe. Bazinga. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I mean, just losing to rares, more at 11.
I mean, I think that's going to be this format a little bit.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
There are some good ones running around. You just have to have interaction. That is my only take at the moment.
Yeah, but but there's no good interaction. Because, like, all of the good interaction is for killing small stuff.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, how do I kill Aurelia? I guess game 2.
Game 2. Night Drinker Moray vanquished.
Oh, yeah, my Night Drinker Moray 0, Ben 1. Well, big yikes there. Oh, I guess this is exactly the spot where we want Soul Search, right? Snag Aurelia, snag Kaya out of Ben's hand before any nonsense happens. No, Soul Innervation wants to stay in. We are super mana hungry. We also, I mean, I don't know. I'm not going crazy here. But I do want to stay 18 on the play, I think. Maybe Fester Leech isn't very good. Could that be true? doesn't seem like that's true. Maybe we cut a watch. Let's cut a watchdog. And that leaves us still with 16 bodies. Plus, no. Well, it's plus-ish from like double bodies there. Okay. Let's do that.
All right, we're here sideboarding after crushing Night Drinker Moroi in game 1. Against what we saw... Oh, cool arena. Wonderful view of the battlefield here. Appreciate it. Is that really what we're getting? Okay. Yep, I guess that's what we're getting. So we saw Night Drinker Moroi. We do match up fairly well against that. Honestly, we've got a lot of good cheap interaction. So, I don't think we want to side into green. That seems worse against what Ethan's doing. So, do we want to bring this in? We also, no, I guess these don't block Night Drinker Moroi. So, maybe we cut a Snoop for a Basilica Stalker. I think I like that. And then Cerebral Confiscation. That does not seem great. Kind of tempo negative there. And the mana seems fine. Certainly worked out that game, so I think we'll make that one swap and then run her back.
Well, it worked out so well for me last time. I'll play first. Yeah, I'll keep.
I'll also keep. Here we go.
All right. You seen this little guy yet?
I have seen that guy.
He's pretty good.
You cast it turn 2 last game.
Oh, yeah, and you killed it.
I did.
He just wasn't around very long. I forgot.
I was scared.
I was so traumatized by your 4 mana and 5 mana plays. Alrighty.
It's been good. That card's good. Like, Detectives is so oppressive.
Yeah.
Are you an out cold believer yet?
I haven't seen it yet. I buy it. I don't know. I don't think it's the best blue common, but it's hard for me to imagine it's better than Crime Stopper Sprite.
I don't like this at all because that's going to be Night Drinker Moroi. But that is not an instant, and I can't afford to take more damage.
Let's do this.
Oh,
This.
really? So much stuff.
I drank the Kool-Aid. I'm just doing what they told me to do.
What, put
Black
cast cheap
black
cards?
white 2 powered herpaderps.
This is what your testing team told you to do?
No, this is the WotC.
Oh.
Like, this
You're
is what
just-
the archetype
oh,
does.
God. Yeah, I'd say you're herpaderping over there. It's a tight little deck you got.
I mean, it folds to the mythics, so it can't be that good. Flippy Longstocking.
Yeah. What do I want to do? It's a 2-1. Yeah, all right.
I'm unfazed.
Let's do this.
Meddling Youths. Sure.
I had a brief moment of panic that
Easy
Meddling
Easy
Youths
Baby
had
GG.
vigilance. Easy Baby GG has been called.
I guess we just munch in for 5.
Easy Baby GG, he says.
I hope it's Easy Baby GG.
That would be the hope, right? What's happening over there? Let's go like this. Hit you.
Ouch.
Do this.
Yeah, big ouch.
And play Person of Interest.
Okay.
Do 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 do. Stable?
I don't think so.
Okay. Snarling Gorehound. Arf arf.
Arf arf, baby.
I'll trade here.
Okay.
You got it.
Thanks, buddy.
You got it. That was unfortunate. Let's attack here.
No blocks.
That's right, because you're scared. Nope, nope. Oh. So close.
So close. It's closer than I would like.
So close. I thought I had it there with that lightning helix.
It was a good one.
Your deck looks tight. Looks like a good little deck. All right, you got it.
All right.
Game 3, babe.
Thanks. Yeah, we shall see.
All right, we lost game 2 to Night Drinker Moroi. Our honor is on the line here. So this actually seems pretty good. That's how it's going to be again, huh? So Ethan is trying to aggro us out. Do we have anything that is better than we currently have against aggro? I think not. So we just have to make sure we keep a good hand. And then do we want to bring in Perimeter Enforcer for one of our more expensive cards? Like, is it better than Basilica Stalker? Almost certainly, right? Even with very few detectives. 6 detectives and no way to pump its power. We can't ever cut black, right? No. So I think basically this is, do we want to get Perimeter Enforcer in here or not? I think I do. Maybe not. It's so bad unless we have it on turn 2, and even then we're hoping to trade it off most likely. I think we're just gonna need our removal, and our removal should be very good against Ethan. So I think we just run it back like this.
Alrighty, on the draw, am I just? Oh wow, is that we're just bugging out here, huh? Okay, cool. Can't view the battlefield. That's fine. I didn't want to look at it anyway. So like, aggressive cards are like Lead Pipe. I like Soul Search against him. Could see cutting another Watchdog. Like, am I supposed to bring in Make Your Move? Am I supposed to bring in a 3/6 that blocks all day? And am I supposed to... He has a bunch of those the 2/2s, right? I think I do want the 3/6. And probably still just want 18 lands. Repeat Offender, Toxin Analysis. It's like medium interesting. I think I'm in for cutting Lead Pipe, bringing in Coroner on the draw. Just so awkward my sources need to be where they are. Now I'm hoping we get to fire off Soul Search like on turn 3 before he casts Kaya. It's just like we're likely to be firing this off on blocks, so I don't think... Same with this trick here. I don't think we want that. All right, let's run it like that.
All right. I will be on the play this time. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It will keep.
Sadly, I must mull.
Ooh, that's no good.
Ooh, that's a nice one. Okay. Wait, I thought I got rid of you.
Ruh-roh raggy.
Well, I guess I can bottom it now. I thought I told you never to come in here. All right, we'll keep and we'll get rid of that. Okay.
The troops are mutinying.
Wow.
All right. Here we go.
Okay.
Turn 1, Fester Leech. That card's good. In an aggressive deck, certainly.
Yeah.
All right. I will get a mountain. Awkward. And I will take out the trash. In that.
Yep.
Okay. That's fine. Sort of.
That's not great.
It's not great. It's not great. You milled a Gorehound and a land. What benefits do you get from putting things into the graveyard with Fester Leech? Is it just it's just a 1/1 for you, right? It's just a Basking Root Wall?
Sir, what?
Can you confirm or deny?
Would you like me? I can send you a picture of my deck right now if you'd like. Happy to do it. What are friends for? Did you try and view the battlefield and it?
Yeah, it was all black.
Yeah, what was that about?
Premium arena. At least it's letting us direct challenge. We should be thankful for what arena is giving us.
That's fair. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do this while the getting's good.
Long goodbye. Sure.
Ping ping. Mill 2. Oh, those are good cards.
Ooh. Okay. I will play this tapped. Interesting.
Filthy rare drafter.
Filthy rare drafter. Do I want to draw that? Yeah. Actually, I don't think I do. That's tough. Okay, can you give the people a look in?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Thank you.
So, trying to decide whether to top this or not. I think it's a close decision, mostly because of mana considerations. Because we can't do this the way our lands are right now. I think that actually makes me want to put it in the graveyard.
Oh yeah, card's terrible.
Terrible. And then I will do this.
Wow.
Start counting up the bloodstains. Museum Night Watch. Okay. Let's go here and smash.
Okay.
I think, yeah.
4 is greater than 3.
4 is greater than 3, but I'm already at 18.
Already at 18. That's 6 hits, 6 turn clock. The Night Watch.
I don't think I want to attack here.
Music to my ears.
Defense, clap, clap. That's fine. Totally fine. That is less fine. Would have liked to have drawn my code breaker. I do like that. What do I do here? Guess I just have to do this, right?
Oh, really? Oh, Wisp Drinker. Wow, we're just all in each other's business.
And then I think I do this.
Do this meaning pass?
Yeah. Gotta watch the clicking. Ooh, I do click a lot. Okay. Inside source. That's going to be super annoying. Okay. Seems good.
Rippin' pepperonis.
Seems good.
Not as good as this.
Oh, that's annoying. But fine. Maybe he's close to coming back.
So we just have to send here.
That's what I was going to see if you were going to do. I was going to be very sad if you attacked all. I guess I eat. This is probably the most problematic. Long term? That's a soldier, I guess. And then you're flipping this case, actually. Oh my god.
It's pronounced solve.
Yeah. Appreciate you. All right, let's do this then, I think.
Bink, bink.
Down to 10. Okay.
Get those lands out of here.
That's good.
No.
Let's do this. 1, 2,
This is your
3.
lifelinking buddy.
And your go. No attacks. Okay.
Right.
This game's going to be tight.
Not that tight. Bro, the clicking.
The clicking. I'm sorry. So I just did it again. I think I have to do this. Yeah. Yep.
Flip. Oh no, what is it?
I got tricks, baby.
I thought it was the...
All right.
Is it a Doge Walker?
What do we want back here? I guess Aurelia seems great. Well, is meddling used better? Is that crazy? What does it do? I draw a card. It's gotta be Aurelia, right? Soul Search.
I brought it in. I wanted to snag your... You got good buddies to steal.
That goes in my hand. You're going wide over there, friend.
I'm trying.
Wide.
Trying my best.
I don't actually like this. I might lose. So if I Aurelia, Vigilance, block, 3 or more, draw. You have nothing when one or more creature cards leave your graveyard. You have a more face down. Is that the stupid backstreet thing that drains 3, gains 3? That would be brutal. I guess. Okay, so what happens if I have 2 timeouts remaining? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can I beat the board? I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. I think probably not. Play scared. Let's do this.
Okay.
He likes that. That was a calm. That was a calm. Okay.
I mean, so that was the only thing that I knew you had. So it wasn't really a surprise. All right.
Yep. Interesting.
I don't want you to draw a card.
Okay.
Is that wrong?
Well, no. I'm just trying to think about. Okay. What do I do here? What is this face down card? I don't know the disguise creatures well enough yet. Is it bad for me? Yeah, it's very bad for me. All right. Beats. I think I lose. Yeah, you're way too wide. That kind of helps. Okay. Man, Case of the Gateway Express is so nuts.
Yeah. It wheeled for me in pack 1.
That's absurd.
I know. That's just day 1 stuff.
All right. Here go. Hopefully you're out of steam over there. Just sending in the clowns, huh? All right, I will block here. Do I want to block here?
Oh, you cheeky bugger.
Cheeky bugger what?
Lightning helix. That's that cheeky bugger.
That cheeky bugger. It's wild that I have to block this inside source. What a card. I think I have to, though. I'm ever going to be able to block these 3/2s? Yeah. Okay.
Oh, murder. All right, I feel better about that.
Yeah, it's not quite as bad
Murder
for you.
is bad, huh?
I mean,
it's like bad. I think
you have more? No, you can't have more. Stop.
I do have more. I'm sorry.
Ugh. All right, you got it.
Oof.
Shoot. Those are tight games. Your deck's good.
Thanks, man.
It's very tight.
We were all up in each other's Mardu business.
Well, I was flirting with green for a while, too.
Okay. Let's take a look at them. All right, so we got your deck here. Oh, I was wondering when I opened so that was the Feryx got to you in pack 2.
It did, yeah. And at that point, I had no idea what I was doing. I had a bunch of fairy snoops, and I had taken the
oh my
green
God, you have
215.
5 fairy snoops?
Yeah.
Wow.
I took the green 215, thinking it played well with fairy snoops.
I guess it kind of does.
It kind of does.
You were cooking. You went in the lab a little bit.
Yeah. And then I got past the Ferox, and I was thinking, okay, I'm green, and then got past like Kaya, got past Aurelia, like super late.
Yeah, I think I saw the Aurelia too.
So yeah. Couldn't really decide what I was doing. I think my deck matches up well against yours. You just got underneath me like 2 of those games. Your deck was very tight.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out. I don't know why I'm trying to figure out what Snarling Gorehound has to offer, but it's interesting to me. Yeah, what did I do? Pack 1, pick 1, the Perimeter Enforcer, or no, the 10th District Hero, the level up.
Yeah, that card's great.
And then took Lightning Helix, and then got like a 5th pick Runebrand Juggler. I was like, maybe I'm gonna do red black instead, and then wheeled the case. I was like, okay, back to white it is, and yeah, just black white, low to the ground.
Black white cards. I mean, that's what it is low to the ground aggro utility creatures. Inside Source is incredible in black white.
Yeah, I mean Inside Source is just
it's just incredible. Yeah, but like
incredible.
Museum Nightwatch was also very impressive in your deck.
Yeah,
for something I didn't quite think was worth a card.
I think
it's good face down as a morph.
Something that's interesting. I don't know if you've played. Like I think Nightwatch falls into this category. The blue red. Hybrid common, the 3/2 that brings a Thopter along, like the ones that you don't get a benefit from unmorphing, like Dogwalker, or undisguising rather, like Dogwalker.
Yeah, that
are a 3 mana and a 2 mana installment versus a 4 mana installment.
Yeah,
like I have just found myself like I'm like, oh, I could play this as a disguise on 2. I'm like, why? Or disguise on 3, and I'm always just like, no, I think you just want to play this as a like on turn 4 if you have other things to do on 3. That is,
right.
And so then it ends up feeling, I don't know. There's something that feels good about that, where it feels like you're kind of cheating a little bit on the mana.
Yeah, that makes sense. How have you liked the Karlov Watchdog?
I mean, I didn't see it, I guess, and now it explains it. When I said I thought I sided you out, that was
that's the Watchdog.
Because I have 2 of them. I guess that's why Sided out. Also, like, mana in this deck is kind of awkward. I mean, the Gorehounds for Menace is nice, but I just like have to run 9/9 because of like I need both colors in my opener. The Watchdog I think has been good for me once. It's not great. I think I'd probably take, like, if I could replace them with Night Watches, I would.
Okay, interesting. Good to know.
Yeah.
And it's been fun so far.
I wanted to do, super fun. I wanted to do the Due Diligence Gorehound life too. I just couldn't bring myself to do it.
Oh, you can't play Due Diligence against my deck.
That's true.
I'll 2-for-1 you all day.
Lightning Helix is disgusting.
Yeah, I passed one early on. I had a pretty interesting pick early on that was like pick 4, and it was Shock versus Lightning Helix. And I had like Red Card, Fairy Snoop, Perimeter Enforcer. It was so tempting to just take Helix and say I was going to play red-white, but like Shock just keeps you so much more flexible there. So I ended up taking the Shock and getting another Lightning Helix later.
Any early takes we can throw out? Dogwalker, best common?
Dogwalker's dumb. Removal's incredible.
But what do you think about my state? Like, removal is incredible, but it's so disparate. Like, when Shock is nuts, it's nuts. And then you face Aurelia and you're like, oh, this Shock is terrible.
But you get to use Shock early on. I don't know. And I think the white card, like white gets the best creatures and one of the best removal spells. That white O-Ring gain 2 life.
Yeah, that card is great.
Really good. Galvanize is not bad. At Murder's done fine. Like, you need to be able to kill rares. Like, I think one of the things, we talked about play boosters a little bit on the last cast, but like now it's different story drafting with it. There are a couple of notes. I mean, I really don't like not getting a wheel.
I agree with this sentiment.
I haven't experienced it yet, but like I feel it like a lot. And like in my first draft, I should have wheeled the Living Conundrum or whatever, but it was pick 4, and I was only going to get like 2 cards back already by like pick 4 or something. It was just ridiculous. So that is a bit of a knock for me. But I think the upside is, I think the rares and uncommons are going to matter a ton, and I think as a result, it's going to provide hopefully a more varied draft experience.
Yes.
Like hopefully that the commons don't just run away with it like Dogwalker or whatever. But I think as people start to catch on too, and it's harder to get those cards a little bit, then certainly you're going to start to experience that other stuff, making it feel a little more varied. I think that is the upside. I think you're trading the wheel for hopefully a more varied draft experience.
Yeah, I've already felt that pinch of the wheel not mattering, and it's only going to get worse as like people's card evaluations start to gel, Like,
right.
Like, you're not going to wheel Case of the Gateway Express. And so then, then the wheel just like isn't going to matter.
Right.
Yeah, no, I agree with that for sure. Yeah. And the power level thing of it, like, I almost wonder if, like, because there are more uncommons than commons, like, do uncommons matter more? I don't know if that's true. Like,
I don't know if they matter more, but certainly more than they have in other sets. Like, I do feel like you're seeing more of a variety of cards.
Yeah, makes sense.
So hopefully that bears out, and hopefully it's not just Dogwalker the format. I've enjoyed myself so far. It's been high power, but in a good way.
Yeah, in a way, it doesn't feel like. I mean,
like your deck is like whatever. I mean, it's not. You don't have any bombs, but it was very tight.
I have one
like
rare,
you got on the board. You pressured me. Like the fact that decks like that are there and can beat an Aurelia and can beat a Kaya. It's an interesting format.
I agree. Hope you enjoy, folks, and we'll have lots more content here on the YouTube channel for you.
Catch you around.